He's a funny man who can play just about anyone you can imagine, from an elderly bachelor in the hit Broadway show Oh Hello to 25 different characters in his animated Netflix show Big Mouth. He's now taking a dramatic turn in the new movie Olympic Dreams. Please welcome Nick Kroll. Hey, Nick. So, I believe the last time you were on this show was in 2007, and you looked slightly different.
I did. I was a caveman. I was promoting the hit TV show Cavemen.
I thought that was the way you always looked.
I know, right? Yeah, that was, and I was in full caveman makeup and came into the show with you guys, and it was very fun. Only 12 years later, I've got a haircut and look a little different. It was fun. It was a weird one, though. It was weird. Do you guys have character? Have you had other people in character on the show?
Sometimes. Yeah.
And some people are just characters, aren't they?
Well, as we saw, you and fellow comedian John Mulaney had a Broadway show, Oh Hello, huge hit. And Whoopi Goldberg actually made a surprise appearance as a guest star.
Yeah.
First of all, what was that like?
It was amazing. Whoopi had done, you did your one-woman show at the Lyceum.
At the Lyceum.
And we were at the same theater on Broadway, and we had a different guest every night that we would prank with too much tuna, and Whoopi was nice enough to do it. But it was weird the night you did it. I don't know if you remember, but like a bunch of things went wrong. Like lighting was crazy, audio was crazy, and that theater feels like a little haunted.
It is very haunted.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Did you deal with any? Yeah.
Yes, doors that were open, and you come back and they're locked.
Yeah.
Yeah. No fun. It's not funny when it's just you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and Harvey Weinstein's nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
So, okay,
it worked.
Moving on.
It worked.
So your new movie, Olympic Dreams, is a love story that takes place at the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea.
Yes.
Wow, that's not to say Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang, yes.
It's the first movie ever to be shot at the Olympic Village, and you got unprecedented access.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
So I shot the film with a couple named Alexi Pappas and Jeremy Teicher, and Alexi is a summer Olympian. They got an artist-in-residence grant from the Olympic Committee to make something inside of the Olympics, and they hired me to come and help them write this script, and we shot this movie literally inside of the games in the Olympic Village and in the dining hall and the athletes' lounge and the med center in a way that you really never get to see the Olympics. Because Alexi was an Olympian, we got access to stories and talking to the Olympic athletes themselves. All the other actors in the movie are other Olympians.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah, and it was kind of a look at this world that you don't normally get to see, which is the story behind the story.
And I love that. And I love you, you know that. I used to work for his father.
Oh, really?
So I know his family.
At a law firm.
Yeah.
It's a risk consulting company, but what's so fascinating about this is that Alexi is a real-life Olympian. She's a long-distance runner.
Yes.
And you get to see all of this. And she plays this introverted cross-country skier. You play a dentist, volunteering at the games, who seems to interrupt her focus a little bit. I think we have a clip.
Are you competing?
What?
Are you competing?
Yes, I'm competing.
Awesome. What's your, I'm sorry.
I'm a cross-country skier, and I'm competing today.
Wow. How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah? Are you nervous? Is it like... I'm so sorry. I'll totally...
It's okay.
Yeah,
like, it is totally fine.
Like,
I gotta do what I'm gonna do. I have to do this.
I know. I'm sorry.
Which, I love that. And I love this movie because I live with athletes in my house, and I always seem to say the wrong things to them. What did you learn about athletes, about Olympians?
I mean, it's, you know, to be at the Olympics when all these people have been preparing their entire life for this one moment, and they're these incredibly, their bodies are these incredibly, like, well-toned machines, but there's this mental aspect to it as well. But what's interesting to me in the Olympics is, like, all these people have been preparing for this moment in their life to get to the Olympics, but what they don't often think about is, like, what the day after is like, what it's like the day after you compete, and that's sort of what Alexi's character is trying to figure out is what's she going to do with the rest of her life.
Oh, everybody's worried about that.
Yeah, well, that's my character's a dentist, and he's also at a crossroads. So it's no matter where you are and whatever you're doing,
What's
you feel
the next thing?
what's the next thing? How am I going to figure out what I'm going to do next? And so it's this and we shot that in like that scene's in the dining hall. So we were shooting, and there was no crew. It was just the three of us who made the entire film.
Yeah.
So we would just mic up, and Jeremy would be on a long lens, and we'd be in the dining hall, and nobody would know that we were shooting a movie because we just seemed like two people having a conversation. And it really kind of allowed us to really drop in. And as the dentist, I would interview other athletes while they were getting ready, and I'd be in there with I watched one YouTube video. I barely know how to be a dentist, but I would sort of have like little, the little pointy thing in their mouth, and hoping I didn't poke them in the mouth the day before they were competing for a gold medal. But I got to learn all these kind of inside stories. It was a kind of a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Wow.
Well, another amazing project you work on is your animated Netflix show, Big Mouth. Amazing, and it was nominated for an Emmy last year. It's been described as a dirtier version of the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's so funny.
Thank you.
And it's actually based on your experience going through puberty. So did you have a rough experience going through puberty? This is the show.
I think kind of everyone has a rough experience going through puberty. No matter, I was a very late bloomer,
Look at your photos.
Oh yeah.
How cute you were.
Yeah,
there.
little,
So cute.
Adorable.
Yeah, thank you. I was.
You're so serious.
Well, I was very serious at that moment, but I think it's, I was little. Like, I really didn't. I don't think I broke 5 feet until well into high school. I didn't have pubes until high school. And
TMI, Nick.
yeah, I know. I've grown them since. Is that the more
happy
information
for
that you're
you.
looking for? But I think it's no matter where you are in the spectrum of how your puberty develops or anything, it's hard. You feel alone, and you feel awkward, and you feel ashamed, and so the show tries to tackle all those things.
How'd you get out of that? I don't. Well, we don't have time.
Yeah.
You got a few seconds.
I'll stick around. I don't know. I got through
Got
it
out
just
of
making
it.
an animated show about it, I guess.
This is it.
Yeah.
Listen,
You were funny.
Nick,
Thank you.
you're, as always, it's such a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having
Really
me.
a pleasure. Our thanks to Nick Kroll. Olympic Dreams is in theaters and on VOD on Friday. Make sure you check it
And
out.
can I just make one last
Yes,
quick announcement?
say it.
I have tickets for everyone in the audience to Janet Jackson.